Welcome back, I'm the Watch King. On this video, we had a ton of fun. At least I did, I hope you do. If you're a watchmaker, please don't get offended. I'm just having fun in this video. We compare the 7S26 to the 3135, completely different price points and everything like that. And I mentioned a few things about affordable watches and all that. So do not get offended. This is just my opinions throughout the video. So without further ado, let's hop straight into it. Jumping right into it, we have the 7S26 on one side, and I did not open it yet, but we're going to take a look at the 3135 movement in this Rolex Datejust. Jumping in, we're going to start with the cheaper one, right? Now, this was my first watch. I was messing with it earlier because it stopped working when I fell off my arm in Mexico and hit the tile. So that's what happened. That's why it stopped working, right? Oftentimes with these watches, if they stop working, instead of getting a service, you can get a brand new movement, way cheaper. Service cost at least $300, if not more. And a lot of the parts are plastic. Not all of them, but like the quick set date wheel, the day and date wheel, and some other stuff are plastic inside of here. Over time, plastic doesn't hold up like metal. You can't really clean it like you can with metal, so they're very disposable, and that's okay because of the price point. I think I paid $80 for this one. Now this one should be a lot better, so let's take a look and talk about why I believe that Rolexes are so much better here. Now let's see, come on. As you can see, I just opened it up here for you. There we go. Now, see the difference, right? Just from a standpoint of finishing, is just incredible here, right? You can see even the case back. Has the reference number, all that right there. And then the actual movement itself is incredible here. Now let's wake it up here. The spring's we're not running yet. We can actually, instead of shaking it like a baboon, we can go and start it up right here. There. So, as you could tell, everything from the free sprung balance wheel, here we go, the balance spring, free sprung, just down to the finishing, everything about it, serial numbers, all of that. Just everything is so organized and put in the right place. And a lot of people say Rolexes don't have anything pretty to show, and that's why they don't show their movements. But this is what a real 3135 looks like right here. For reference, a lot of people, there's some super clones, but they can never get those wheels right and all of that. Before too much dust gets in, we're going to actually close it up here, just because it's running really nice. And I want to make sure that it stays that way, right? So whoever gets this watch loves it and enjoys it as much as I had the time spending with it. So here we go. The gasket's good. I just looked at it. You can also see some service stuff. And then when we put it on here, it goes right there. I kind of let it drop. But concluding this video, we have reassembled the Seiko and the Rolex. We didn't get anything technical done. We just looked at basically the aesthetics. So I just want to cover a little bit. There's way more in depth talking about the 3135 movement. It is incredible. It was in Rolex. It's a workhorse, but as you can see, it still has some incredible finishing, right? I would be proud to show that in my case back if I had that. But Rolex, of course, are very subtle and they don't do things. Now, thankfully, they're starting to go in that direction. But that is the beauty about high-end watches. And that's why don't get caught up buying a bunch of these smaller watches. We'll talk about this more in other videos. But it could really prevent you from getting something that's passed on from generation to generation. You know, a lot of people consider this Datejust to be quote unquote, cheap and entry level and nothing special. This is an incredible, incredible timepiece. And when you get something like this, it's going to go to the watchmaker. It has service history, it has provenance. It's generation to generation, even though technically this one is a bit quote unquote beat up.
you still have that history, you still have that wearability. You can always change out the bracelet for another one or a leather strap, and it will look brand new, a little bit of polish. So it all depends on who you are. Of course, I'm not knocking the person that buys the affordable. This is my personal Seiko 5 back when it worked. It was my first mechanical watch. So don't get me wrong, it is a fantastic way to start, but definitely don't just buy the entry level. There are more than just the spec sheet, more than just everything. There's beauty in buying something like a Rolex. It doesn't have to be Rolex, it could be Omega or whatever the case may be. So if you're interested, this one's not for sale, but if you're interested in anything like the Datejust, this particular one is for sale, or anything in vintage watches, definitely go down, check the links below, and you can always email me. I want to thank you all for watching. This was a little fun one today. If you have any questions, I will happily answer you. Thank you, and I will catch you in the next one.